You've met these people. Their home is always clean, always organized, always in perfect order. No matter what time you visit, no matter how chaotic their week was. And you probably thought they just like cleaning. But psychology says something completely different. The state of someone's home is not about cleanliness. It is a direct window into the deepest layers of their mind. And what it reveals about these people will genuinely surprise you. Most people assume that people who keep clean homes are simply neat by nature. A personality quirk, a preference, maybe a little obsessive, but psychology tells a far more interesting story. Because the relationship between a clean environment and the human mind runs deeper than habit. It runs all the way down to identity, emotional regulation, and how a person fundamentally experiences the world around them. So who are these people really? The first thing psychology tells us is that people who consistently maintain clean spaces have an exceptionally strong need for cognitive control. Research from Princeton University found that physical clutter competes for your brain's attention. Constantly, invisibly, exhaustively. Every object out of place is a small, unresolved signal firing in the background of your mind. People who keep clean homes have brains that are highly sensitive to this signal. They feel disorder and not just see it. It creates a low-level tension in their nervous system that only resolves when order is restored. This is not anxiety, this is not perfectionism. This is a mind that thinks most clearly, when its environment matches its internal sense of structure. The second thing psychology reveals is deeply emotional. Many people who maintain obsessively clean homes grew up in environments that felt chaotic, unpredictable, or emotionally unsafe. When a child cannot control what happens around them, they often find the one thing they can control: their space. Their room becomes the one place where things make sense, where they have power, where chaos cannot enter. And that psychological pattern, cleaning as emotional regulation, follows them into adulthood. For these people, a clean home is not about appearances. It is about feeling safe. It is about having one space in a complicated world that feels completely, and finally, under control. The third psychological trait these people share is remarkably high self-discipline. Studies consistently show that people who maintain order in their physical environment demonstrate significantly stronger self-regulation in other areas of life. Eating habits, financial decisions, work performance, emotional responses. The clean home is not isolated behavior. It is one visible expression of a mind that has learned to manage impulse, delay gratification, and follow through, even when motivation is low. These people do not clean because they feel like it. They clean because they have built the identity of someone who follows through on what needs to be done. That is not a small thing. That is one of the rarest psychological strengths a person can develop. But here is the tender side of this psychology. These same people often struggle to extend that same grace inward. They maintain immaculate homes, but their inner world can be overwhelmed, messy, and unresolved. Because it is far easier to organize a room than to organize grief. Far easier to clean a surface than to clean an old wound. Psychology calls this externalized order, using the physical environment to manage what feels too complex to face internally. The clean home becomes both a strength and sometimes a beautiful, quiet way of avoiding the deeper work. People who always keep their homes clean are not just tidy. They are sensitive minds in a loud world, creating one space that finally feels like peace. They are disciplined souls who follow through when others give up. They are often people who once had very little control and decided quietly and powerfully that they would never feel that helpless again. Their clean home is not vanity, it is victory. Now I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want to know your answer. Are you someone who keeps a clean home, or does your space tend to get chaotic? Drop your answer in the comments right now, because I want to understand who is watching this, and what your space says about your mind. Tell me, and tell me where you are watching from.